What's up guys, this is Ali and welcome back to our Let's Play of Her Story. In the previous episode we figured out that there was a sort of a triangle relationship between Hannah, her sister Eve, and the husband Simon, due to the identical nature of Hannah and Eve as twins. Simon didn't know and managed to get both of them pregnant. So let's figure out what happened to... They pulled up baby as a search term. Let's figure out if that leads anywhere.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
That was why they got married. But it doesn't seem like they have a kid at this point of time though.
Pace. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months.
But Eve thought both of them were infertile. So she couldn't possibly have a baby at the time. Unless they both got... yeah, she lost the baby, okay. That makes sense. Oh, that hurts.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until... That was only a few months after.
Okay, so she was pending to have a child but didn't have one, which is kind of sad.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff. About when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed and that's when I called the police.
Wait, how was that baby? Oh, okay, she remembered the nursery stuff. So he was discovered in the attic. Okay.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Conflicting. We searched arguments already, I think. Yep. Fight. Punch. I want to see how Simon got murdered. They don't really give a definition of how he was... What was his cause of death? Alright, so clips.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
What's she talking about now? Music's getting ominous.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD. When I came down one morning, they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick and thrown up, not. And I slept through it. The police said it was a mushroom thing. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. There's no way you would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Okay, so assuming that this is Hannah and Eve, parents died. Okay, parents. The parents died. Eve was the one staying with the parents. So. Death caps.
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. The miscarriage and then my parents.
Parents died shortly after her kid. Okay.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, the dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Okay, something about an STD for Eve, who apparently was the one sleeping with all of Hannah's partners as well, so not sure whose fault it is. STD. Okay, let's check this.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the
Separated
attic.
again.
It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, in parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had stopped when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? And that seemed like the right thing to do, but Neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. So they had a problem when she and Simon moved out. Hannah and Simon moved out. Attic. That should get some hits. They lived in the attic and they swapped places. But why does Eve not exist? Let's see these clips, see if they give us anything.
Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle.
Doll house.
We used to play out there and make up our own stories.
Okay, 12 entries found.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Okay, I guess this was meant to trigger on Rapunzel as a hint.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. And they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Okay, so we have Rapunzel and dollhouse as keywords. Rapunzel. Okay. 3 videos. What's this about Rapunzel?
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. How many of these in colour?
Okay, tell me more.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Is this a psychology test? Possibly.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny paints. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair was cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Okay. That's about a third of the story unlocked so far. Haven't figured out why how Simon died anyway. Cause of death. No. Weapon. Well, should we search death caps? Death caps. That's how the parents died. Inheritance. No. House. Okay, 5 clips for house. This was when she was reporting Simon missing.
He was wearing a shirt, the blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, black pants there. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
When she was reporting him missing. Okay. When did they have the argument?
Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there. He has a wallet, a huge silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. He sets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before, when he comes in, if he's in the house.
Not enough info to go on.
I wasn't in the house.
You weren't in the house. Why were you not in the house?
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
Okay, Simon left the house. She left the house. But Simon's body was found in the house. Does that make sense? 3 clips for car.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Okay, tell me more. Tell me more.
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. And when I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house.
What was the fight
Simon
about?
wasn't there. Excuse me. Is there a pin?
That's a morning sickness. Okay. So that's why she tied her head
I
up.
pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted. Okay, Glasgow.
But there's this whole chunk here on the fight reason.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
Okay, when they were young, the midwife. Okay, let's see if that gives us a hit. Midwife or baby. Yeah. So when they were young, Eve was declared dead by the midwife. So the parents don't
Florence raised me in
know.
her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight.
Doesn't know that she exists.
It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
So the midwife declared Eve dead but abducted her. Okay. And when after they grew up, they were childhood friends, so that means at some point of time Hannah discovered Eve as a child. And eventually, I think the midwife was Florence. Let's see if that gets us any hits. Florence. 3 videos. Okay, very nice. Let's clear them all.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
So nobody knew that there was a second. Not to say nobody knew. The baby was declared dead. So apart from the parents, no one knew that Eve existed apart from the midwife. Okay, interesting. I'm going a bit long on this video, so I think I'll wrap it up here. In the next episode, we shall figure out the other 2 videos on Florence and see what kind of history Eve had. In the meantime, if you're enjoying this video, please feel free to leave a like and a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I post a daily gameplay video, and I'm really enjoying myself as I do so. So thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and as usual, this is Ellie signing out.